At 17 years old, Godwin Lawson had a lot to live for. A promising footballer, he'd recently been given a scholarship to play at Oxford United. But tragically, he never got to realise his full ambitions. He was stabbed to death when he came home for the weekend 3 years ago. In memory of their son, his parents created a charity to try and change gang culture in London. Tonight, they'll be giving awards to the teenagers who've taken part. Well, earlier I spoke to two of them, Dominic Sobers and Giovanni Winter, and Godwin's mother, Yvonne. Yvonne, the boys have been working with you with the charity for a few months now. Why did you decide to honour their achievements tonight, so soon into their work, I suppose?
I think it's really important to acknowledge what they've done, even if it's for a day, because it's a big achievement, and for them to have something to aspire to, it's really crucially important that we acknowledge what they've achieved.
Giovanni, Godwin went to your school, his brother still goes to your school. When you were approached to get involved, were you keen to do that?
Yeah, definitely, because Otis is a good friend of mine, really. And
that's Godwin's brother, yeah.
Yeah, Godwin's little brother. And after speaking to Otis about the programme, I was really keen, you know, anything to help the family get over, you know, because it's not an ordinary thing. No one should have to go through that kind of thing. So, of course, I jumped at the opportunity.
Dominic, what sort of things have you been learning about?
Leadership skills, how to communicate well with people that you don't normally associate yourself with.
And has it changed the way that you think?
Yeah, it's adapted things that I've already known, how to deal with situations.
And Yvonne, talking about people who don't normally associate with each other, for the event tonight, you've managed to persuade not only a Conservative MP, but a Labour MP, two MPs, to co-host the event together. It's not often we see a united front, is it, on issues?
Yeah, I think they've done really well to put the political issues aside and tackle a very important issue that's crucially, I think they're both passionate about knife crime, and obviously coming together to acknowledge the youth and recognise their differences is absolutely brilliant.
Before Godwin was killed, were you one of those parents who did fear for his life as a teenager?
Yeah, I think it's every mother's nightmare, because constantly it's on television, it's in the newspapers about crime and knife crime, and you're anxious about it as a mum, and it's always at the back of your mind, what if?
Giovanni, in terms of adults, we are very shocked to hear that carrying weapons is quite normal and that teenagers kill each other if they're in rival gangs or they have disagreements. Is there a sense with people, some of the people you know, perhaps in your school or outside of school, that as a teenager that is just the norm, that some people will have knives?
I wouldn't say it's the norm, but definitely, yeah, in this era and this time zone, it's something that you're surrounded by, and it's something that you have to make sure you're aware of, because you never know, like, anyone's really a victim in this type of lifestyle. So you have to just try and overcome it and try and step to the side and say, I don't really want to be a part of that. Well,
gentlemen, you are shining examples of the future of this city. Yvonne, thank you so much for coming in, and all of you have a fantastic evening tonight. You really deserve it. Thank you. Martin's back now with the weather.